How we looking, guys?
You look great.
Looking good?
Yeah, you
looking
look really
good.
good.
You know, I did my hair for y'all today.
I know, it looks really good.
Man, I appreciate all the compliments. I have low self-esteem. Anyway, how's it going, guys? Sammy Jarouche, your humble and most faithful video director of Consequences Sound, bringing you another Facebook Live session here, our very first Facebook Live actually on a tour bus. Very momentous occasion. And a very momentous occasion as well because we're here with two very, very special guests. Your favorite band, as well as mine, Tegan and Sarah, and they're sitting right over here. What's going on, guys?
That was awesome. That was a great intro.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Would you guys mind introducing yourselves and letting people know who exactly you are and what do you do?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm Tegan.
And I'm Sarah.
All right.
We make up Tegan and Sarah.
Well done. So, ladies and gentlemen, now is your chance, man. You have the opportunity to play rock and roll journalist and ask them any and all burning questions that you have had in your minds from day one. Anything you've ever wanted to ask Tegan and Sarah, now's your shot. I'm gonna give you guys just a few warm-up questions before we dive into the fan ones.
Love it.
We're kind of wrapping up the year now. We're almost about to get into November. It's getting chilly out, so I'm just curious as to know when it comes to the best music and the best movies, what have Tegan and Sarah appreciated most this year?
Oh my god, I get so stressed out by this question. You know, like I feel like if I don't have my computer in front of me, I'm like, do I even listen to music? I really like the K-Tranada record. Is that how you say it? K-Tranada? Not just because he's from Montreal and so cute. It's also because I think that his record is just solid start to finish. That's probably one of my favorites. I really like the new Cass McCombs record. I love the Beyonce record. Shura, an artist out of the UK. We really love that. We toured with her a bit this year, so that was cool. Lots of great music. And then films, I barely see any anymore. I mean, I honestly...
You liked Ghostbusters.
I thought Ghostbusters was great. I love how that's the one movie you're like, Sarah saw Ghostbusters.
I saw a lot of documentaries this year that I really liked. Like, I've been watching... I think I'm on that same timeline that a lot of people are on right now where we're watching a lot of TV and binge watching, so movies feel long to me all of a sudden. Like, I can sit and watch 8 episodes of TV, but somehow sitting through like an hour and 35-minute movie feels like school.
It's torture.
But I did watch a lot of really great documentaries. Even on the flight here, I saw a really beautiful Nora Ephron documentary. I saw a documentary on the way here about female writers who write romance novels and how that genre is sort of written off as being...
You don't know either the titles to those
silly.
songs?
No, people just Google that. No one needs names anymore. You don't even need to know the name of our band. You could just Google right now, like, twins who never stop talking, and I bet you Tegan and Sarah comes up. They're both HBO films.
Everyone's already started Googling it right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
All right. So we actually got a ton of questions that are coming through right now. And we got a question actually from Josh Moroner, and he wants to know what your favorite Prince album is.
Good. This is just like, we have this joke that men love asking what your favorite things are and like also making lists. Like they're always like, top 5 Beatles songs, go. And you're just like, what? I don't want to have to answer that. Like I don't want to have to pick my favorite Prince record. I love all Prince. I mean, my favorite probably for years and years and years we covered When You Were Mine. We thought of it as being more like a Cyndi Lauper song because it was on the Cyndi Lauper record of our childhood, and
I was just home in Vancouver and I was alphabetizing my record collection. My stepdad gave me his record collection from the 70s and 80s, and I went through finally after 5 years and I organized it all, and I actually was so thrilled. There were 3 Prince records in the collection. I put on Purple Rain and listened to it like on vinyl.
Sounds good.
Like totally had that moment, and I was like, this is so good. I think our household, we listened to a lot more Bruce Springsteen, so I haven't really like imprinted on Prince in the same way as some people have. Like I appreciate it, can sing along to every song, but like the Bruce Springsteen collection was like this high. I have like every B-side, every extra thing. Like I got stuff still in plastic. Like it was crazy. The pile of Bruce Springsteen was this high.
I feel like I'm now more appreciative of Prince's production and aesthetic as an adult than I was when I was younger. I think it took me a lot longer to get into Prince's songs. I could always relate to them when they were being sung by other people, and even when I would sit down to play like Little Red Corvette or I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man, like all of those songs, like I get them when I'm doing them, but from just a listening perspective, Prince wasn't always my jam. But now I mean, I think he's brilliant. brilliant. But that probably says more about what I'm listening to now.
Nice, man. Nice. We got a question coming in from Josh. How has the present day world events and political social structure altered your music? Or has it altered your music?
I mean, we talk about this a lot, that, you know, because we sort of always saw ourselves as being very political, outspoken people in our lives, and as individuals, often our music didn't feel like it needed to be. It's almost like our outlet from being political people sometimes is writing pop songs, you know, writing music about love and relationships. I think with this record that we just put out, I felt a little bit more political. Like, I felt like sneaking things in a little bit more, and just sort of just acknowledging stuff. Like, I think I wrote "Be With You," one of the songs on the album, right after the Supreme Court ruling about same-sex marriage. That's a complex issue for me, because although I'm gay, and I just believe it's outrageous that we don't have exactly the same rights as our heterosexual counterparts, I also hate marriage. So it's confusing, because I fought for that, but I also was like, boy, oh boy, I don't really want to get married. So that song is kind of about that, about meeting somebody, and meeting my current girlfriend, and realizing, like, I finally had met someone who didn't put as much emphasis on marriage and those kind of institutionalized ideas that I think of as being very structured and sort of based in religious, based in religious ideas that we've, like, held over, and we've changed them and made them kind of fun and cool, but I still think of them as being sort of, like, confining for no reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have to congratulate the both of you on the brand new record.
Oh, thank
you. I Love You to Death. If you guys haven't heard it yet, go and what the hell are you waiting for?
Go listen.
Jesus Christ, get out there and listen to the record.
Streaming.
For God's sake. I got a question here from Jennifer. When do you find you're more creative? Daytime or nighttime?
I think I speak for both of us when I say that we both keep pretty regular hours when we're writing and creating music, and we tend to be daytime people, so we tend to wake up and have coffee and read news and
it's weird because
then make music.
Like, what is creative? You know, like, because I think sometimes we work during the day. Like, but creative, like, at night, I think of sometimes being, like, absorbent.
Well, part of the creative process is going out for dinner, having a couple of drinks, and then coming home and listening to what you wrote all day long, and then tweaking out on it, sleeping on it, and then starting again. So it's true. The creative process really isn't a start and stop thing. You're constantly picking stuff up. I think of, like, our entire record cycle as, like, an opportunity to learn and experience and feel and collect memories, and then when we head into the studio, I've had, ample time to sort of mine those things for good songs. So, but
sometimes
the actual hard work happens during the day.
And I wonder about if that was sort of born out of like problems that we had both early on in our writing careers, where people we got in trouble for writing to being noisy. Like, I lived in an apartment in Montreal, and my neighbors were old French people who would pound on the wall or pound on the door when I would just sing, like, just singing, So I think I tended to make myself sort of quiet at nighttime because I was afraid that I would get in trouble. And also, this sounds so childish, I'm like 36 years old, but I get spooked at night, and so I don't like to wear, like, headphones and be listening to loud music because I can't hear if there's an intruder or a ghost. So.
Gotta be mindful of those ghosts.
Yeah, be mindful. That's
why
I like Ghostbusters.
Do you have a Ghostbusters pack? Are you ready to fight off all the?
I want nothing to do with ghosts at all. I have no desire. I've never been, like, a spooky person who's, like, wants to see scary movies. I recently overheard a big in-depth conversation on a video shoot that we did. All these people were talking about their ghost stories, like completely straight-faced, telling each other at the table their ghost stories. I had to, like, actually leave because I was filled with disdain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just don't believe it.
That's some serious conversation right there.
It's like I'm daring a ghost to prove to me that they exist, but I just...
Would you say either of you have ever had experiences with a haunted area, ghost encounter?
I'm telling you right now that it's not a real thing. It's a stupid question, and we won't answer it with a stupid answer.
We have a question here from Marquez Perez. He says, first of all, that you both are his heroes and idols. And his question is this. I'm currently a lieutenant in the U.S. Army part-time, and I've asked this question to everyone, and they always shy away from it. He's asked captains, majors, colonels. It's regarding transgendered enlisted soldiers. He's always wrestled with what he could do to help them feel comfortable and not feel segregated or alienated.
Well, first of all, that's awesome. I mean, it's we are not in the military and are not trans, so I would hate to speak on either topic too in depth, because I would rather just speak from a place of like my heart. And I think that, you know, as a queer person and as a member of the LGBTQ community, as someone who's always been labeled alternative or different, or I'm much worse than that too, I think the biggest thing that people have done for me is just listen, educate yourself, and yeah, offer to listen and be a part of hopefully making this world a better place for trans people. I mean, I think right now in the thick of our trans civil rights movement, and I think all of us, even people from the LGBTQ community, have to listen more. We have to understand. We can't insert ourselves into a conversation if we don't have all of the facts. And when it comes to the military, you know, I know very little about it, as I have not served in the military, but I would say that it seems like a very, very important thing to be talking about and understanding right now. So, but the first step is just being open to listening and wanting to help, and offering an ear, and you know, I think, I mean, I don't know if you have more to add to that, but I think we definitely start there, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a question from Melody. If you didn't go into music, what would have been your ideal career choice?
Well, I mean, it's so hard now to say, because I think part of what led us to music was our lack of vision, or like not being able to exactly find what it was that we were good at or what we both liked. And because we were both interested in performing and writing, and music was our obsession in, you know, our whole lives, there was something about all of that then intersected with business. Like, we actually really quite enjoy everything about our business. We're very much involved in our merchandise, our publishing, our record deals. We sit through every meeting. We're fairly involved in, even on a daily level now, with so much infrastructure, being a bigger band, we're still involved in our budgets. We go through everything with our managers and our agents. So it's weird. I would never have known that we would probably be really well suited to have a small business, but probably one of the most surprising things about becoming musicians and being able to build this career was that we have a knack for it. We're quite good at it. We can tag team, and we have a really thoughtful approach and a bit of a yin and yang kind of thing. And I think, you know, if I went back in a time machine and I couldn't do music, hopefully I would think that, you know, maybe my leadership and my, you know, my marketing and vision and those kinds of things, that they would have benefited some kind of business.
Nice, man. We have a question here coming in from Michael. He wants to know, off your new record, the song That Girl, what is it about? Because he says that song to him is very mysterious.
Sometimes it feels mysterious to me too. We're talking about it backstage, because we keep taking it out of the set and then putting it back in the set, and we feel like it's really different than everything that's in the set right now, so we're having trouble finding a place for it, which is kind of symbolic, I think, because that's sort of what the song's about, you know. Like, I think it was a combination of me questioning my actions and behaviors in my life, especially related to romantic relationships, but then also questioning how I fit into the relationship that I was in, and also me questioning things that I was willing to put up with within a relationship. And I found myself a lot being like, I don't want to be that girl that says blah blah blah. And so, I mean, I think it's a pretty relatable topic, or idea. Like, I think that we've all been in that situation where we feel like we're trying not to be that person that's like that, but you end up being that person. And I think it was a reminder to sort of step outside of my situation and look into that situation and maybe have compassion for myself, that I was more like everyone else than I thought, and I didn't need to be so hard on myself, I guess.
Okay.
So, which is how I feel when we perform it live. I'm like, it's fine, friend. You're doing a great job, song.
You're doing okay.
You're doing fine.
I got a question here from Melvin. He asks, do you think your music would be where it is today if you didn't take it to the quote-unquote pop side of music on the Heartthrob album?
You know, it's hard to say. I think that we've seen certainly a continued passion for our older music. Like, that's just obvious to me every night when we play songs off of the Con, for example. People get stoked. So I think we would still certainly be able to tour and perform at the level we're currently at if we still were making music that was more, indie rock, whatever you want to call it. But I think what ended up happening for us, most importantly, with making a more pop record, it was exciting, and it challenged us. We had to talk to completely different press organizations. We had to suddenly switch formats in terms of where we were going to perform at radio, and it made us sort of strengthen our visuals, because we were trying to reach a larger audience, and we were maybe we were sort of up against people who, like, competing with people who have way bigger budgets and way bigger teams of people, and it just made us kind of have to, I don't know, refocus our whole band and our whole presentation. It's also been really, really positive for our live show. Instead of just being like a rock band, we really had to sort of almost catch up with where technology was, and it was really fascinating for us to sort of start to understand what a lot of other bands were doing, and not just with playback, but just wireless stuff, and using the stage in a very different way. We grew up in the punk rock world where it was sort of like you thrashed around with your guitar and like that was cool. There's a whole different level of interaction that we're attempting, you know, in our current live show. That, I mean, it never even occurred to me in the first 15 years of our career to even, you know, try. So I think, you know, the pop thing was just another way, I guess, of being reborn. I mean, the band feels new and fresh to us even after 2 decades. So I think that's just like part of staying alive in this industry.
Nice, man. Got a question here from Mary. She wants to know, at your concerts, the mailbox you have that people can put stuff in,
Yeah.
What happens to all that stuff?
That's a good question. Well, we try to encourage people not to give us presents or gifts because, first of all,
Why?
Well,
What's wrong with presents?
I mean, presents and gifts are really lovely, and it's so wonderful.
Their existence as fans is gifts enough.
That's sort of where we got was, you know, it's people who are coming to the show likely already purchased the tickets to the show and the music itself, and then T-shirts, and it's not necessary to give us gifts. And even though we love it and we really feel grateful and humbled by that, we were like, you do not need to leave us gifts. So the mailbox is solely, usually, receiving letters, and there were just so many letters, and it was impossible to write everyone back. And so what we started to do was encourage people to give us postcards. And Sarah draws them a picture, and we sign it, and we send it to them. And it's like a really easy way for us to connect. And oftentimes people will attach a letter or a note about what they're up to. So that's now catching everyone else up to speed on what the mailbox is. To answer your question about what happens to all of that, I mean, we read everything, we look at everything. Sarah Instagrams it, I Snapchat it, we interact with a lot of it, and then a lot of it just we
Recycle.
delicately recycle. We obviously don't want people's personal stories just being left out, so we carefully manage the personal stuff that comes in. And then there is still like fan art and gifts. Someone gave us the poop emoji and the another emoji face pillows, and we use them every day backstage. And someone just actually got just an unbelievable kick-ass pair of high top Vans and painted it to look like our video for Hang On to the Night. And you know, we get cool stuff like that. We keep that stuff and we bring it home with us. Some of the other stuff just kind of gets given away. Like sometimes people give us clothes and things like that, and if it doesn't fit, we give away to our band and crew. I don't know. We love all of it though. Someone did give us candy yesterday. I can't wait to have dinner and then have the candy afterwards.
Nice.
So food is still received warmly.
Nice. Also, someone just wants you to know, Sarah, that they are currently wearing the same socks as you.
Oh, cool. Right on.
So you are already creating fashion trends in the. And then someone also wants to say on the fashion tip, they're saying awesome leather jackets. Do you carry switchblades?
Absolutely, yeah.
And we're
we
weapon
play
free.
greasers late at night.
We're weapon free. I used to have a knife on my keychain, but then if you can't carry them through airport security, so there's no point.
Oh, okay, man.
I just use my ninja skills.
I guess it's a good point. There's actually a lot of South American fans that are tuning in. They want to know like any plans for a South American tour.
Yeah, if you go online, we just announced a bunch of dates. We're doing a lot of Lollapalooza, so we're going to Chile, we're going to Brazil,
Argentina.
We're going to Argentina, and there's a couple other surprises in store. So
Ooh.
people should keep. Yeah, we've never been, and we know our South American fans are very, very, very excited about this this upcoming tour because they've been basically writing on our Instagram since Instagram started. Come to Brazil and come to Argentina, and we can't wait. Really excited.
Nice, man. Question here from Jessica. Are you guys planning on releasing maybe a 10-year anniversary record of the con?
We are talking about doing something. I don't know if we'll be releasing anything. We
like when that record came out, we released the demos as
Yeah.
well. We made a movie about it. There's not a ton to be released, but we are looking at special stuff.
Yeah, we've been talking. We're just not sure what people want. You know, like for us, we've always been sort of a populist band. Like, to me, do people want to hear us go out and perform that record like top to bottom? Do they want to hear us reinvent those songs? Do they want us to go out and just do the songs acoustically and like take questions and do like a Q&A about the album? Do we screen we put out a little movie that came out with with the album.
Maybe we should do one of those Twitter polls, you know,
Yeah.
like where you put it up and you, like, I
Yeah.
see them on Twitter. I don't know how to figure out how to do
I
it.
can do
but-
that. I know how to do that. I'll help you. Yeah. So, but we definitely are in talks to do something. We would love to. Yeah, we feel like because it came out in 2007, we have like another year to really like put it all together. But we're really proud of that record, and it seems to be the record that really deeply affected our career. You know, it really changed the course of our band. That was when we moved over to a major label. It's sort of when we saw our band kind of hit, I guess, more like mainstream status, just in terms of. You know, like we could use our name and people would not just go, "What? I haven't heard of you guys." Like it was like one of the first times in our career I remember thinking like, "Oh, I think we're getting to be a bigger band."
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I got a question from Holly, because you guys have been releasing music videos for every track off of the new record, so she wants to know when the last 2 videos are going to be released.
Great question. Both are in post-production right now, so both will come out before the end of 2016. I think probably That Girl is going to be done first, and I think it'll come out early November, and then Dying to Know is the last one, and I would assume probably right at the beginning of December that one will be done. And both are going to be really cool, and I feel like we're both pretty excited about the fact that all 10 videos are completely different. I think they're a really neat package, like the 10 together, so...
And I'm just excited we don't have to be in any more videos.
No more videos.
You've hit your video quota for the next however many years.
I hit the quota. Exactly.
Well,
We're
that-
like really excited because of these last 2. We only participated really in one, and we didn't have to do anything extra to be in it. So,
Okay.
But yeah, we were like we're videoed out.
Because I was actually curious about that too in regards to, I mean, when you guys were putting together the record and stuff, I mean, was this an idea you had from the beginning where you're like, okay, let's try to create a concept for every song, like, from the get-go?
I mean, the thing that has always been tricky with video budgets, especially as we've sort of seen I don't know, just like a complete change of like how video content is used. The traditional model is like your label gives you a video budget, and you usually split that between two songs, and you know, ideally those would be 2 singles, and it's always felt a bit, I don't know, it's always felt like, why not just make a video for everything? Why not take the whole budget and split it up instead between every song on the record? Obviously we sort of budgeted for the singles a little differently, but because we are in a fortunate position of being given enough money to do that, we were able to, I don't know, extend the creative process. Like, once the songs are recorded, you know that there's going to be deep cuts, as we like to call them, where they're not going to get the attention that the singles are going to get. They're not going to necessarily, they're not going to be the ones that are on radio. They're not going to be the ones that people feature on TV or on YouTube or whatever. So we just like the idea that they all sort of get their creative due, and it also, to me, creates a more 3-dimensional look to the whole record, because it sort of feels like that's the way people are listening to music now, is on YouTube. That a lot of times people aren't just listening, they're actually looking, and so it just seems like a no-brainer to provide a visual element to the record.
Nice, man. Sarah, there are a lot of people asking about your cats.
What would you like to know
Well,
about them?
somebody asked specifically, do they sit up like humans?
They do sit up like
They-
humans. Yeah, well, I mean, like gross humans, like gross lazy humans who are wasted. Yeah, they're pretty bendy, you know, like they sort of slump around a lot.
They're
And
flexible?
Yeah, they're really flexible, and they're preferred.
Very common for the breed.
Yeah, the breed is Scottish Fold, and they're totally known for, if you Google Scottish Fold, it's just thousands of pictures of cats sitting on their butts, and my cats do that. And then one of them, Holiday, my firstborn, who's my favorite, she also does another trait that a lot of Scottish Folds do. She stands on her back feet, just completely erect, like just stands
Like without
up.
help?
Like without help.
You gotta go to our Instagram page.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm definitely gonna
And
do it.
she does that. I'll walk into the kitchen and she'll be like standing fully just on her feet, standing up on the kitchen counter. It looks weird.
How was your day?
It looks like she's a mini human wearing a cat suit, like standing up.
Because somebody was also asking
It's-
too, have you taught your cats to use the toilet like a human?
Oh my god, no. To me it's like, let's not push it. Like, no, like they go in the litter box. That's good enough. They don't have to be able to do my taxes. Like, they're fine. They're still cats. But yeah, no, they're pretty cool. I know that everybody thinks that their child or cat or partner is the most special or whatever, but they're pretty wild. Like, these cats have personality, there's no doubt.
Nice. Got a question here from Eric. Pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Waffles.
Yeah, I
think waffles.
Waffles.
French toast is good though. Like as soon as you say French toast, I'm like,
No,
right.
they're all good though. Pancakes are good. It depends on the mood. If I had to just only pick one for the rest of my life to indulge in, I would pick waffles.
Yeah, I kind of like waffles with the
I like that there's structure and crisp to them.
yeah, and then butter, and then it melts, and then you put this
Pockets of butter.
Ugh.
Or have you ever tried like making like a huge waffle and then just like covering it entirely in like whipped cream and just
No.
going to town? Oh my
That
god,
sounds delicious. Though.
it's amazing. I mean, that's probably why
I
I'm
guess
good.
that would yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Taken many years off my life probably doing
Yeah.
that, but still. I got a question here. Favorite Snapchat filter?
I don't. You do it. I don't.
I don't know. I mean, we have our own Tegan and Sarah Snapchat
That's
filter
not
that
your
we
favorite.
use. That we. This is my question.
Okay, but it's not a truthful answer because it's not your favorite.
Yeah, it is. I would say that my favorite Snapchat filter is ours. We have two, and one has Holiday and Mickey, and then one just says "Love You to Death" to her. And at every venue, you can use the Tegan and Sarah filter, and I use it the most frequently. I like. Lately, the only thing I really use on Snapchat is I take photos of Sarah when she's both not aware that I'm taking photos and aware that I'm taking photos, and then I just add my Bitmoji doing ridiculous things around her. I'm not sure I understand Snapchat, which is probably why I use it, because I like it. I like that there's no comments.
Right. I
I
don't
like
think
that.
anybody really understands Snapchat.
No,
They
and
just
like
kinda
you know, like
roll
Sarah
with it.
Kids
uses
do.
Sarah
Kids
uses Instagram. She does all our posting for us. Like so, I'll send her photos of funny things.
Okay.
And we, like post this, and then I run our Twitter along with Sarah and our management who post all the like info that you might need, like set times, like tickets. Tickets are available, that kind of stuff.
Sweet.
Sometimes
Snapchat is literally the only thing I really use it for. Is just putting my Bitmoji, like swinging on a vine past Sarah sitting backstage, putting her makeup on. Like I don't know, it's stupid. But if you like that kind of shenanigans stuff, like we're big on social media. We like it.
Well, there you go, guys. You can follow them on all sorts of social media.
We're on
Snapchat,
Facebook
the
too.
Instagram, the Facebooks, the Twitter. I mean, I know Twitter was like down today for a significant amount
Was
of
it?
time.
Oh
Well-
no.
Oh yeah, no, a ton of websites got like hacked today,
I
and so
saw
like they all
this.
got like taken out, like Spotify got taken out, Twitter, Reddit, all that stuff.
Oh my god.
But it's all back now, which means all you guys can go and jump on their social media feeds and see what they're all up to, see what Sarah's cats, why they look like small humans, and all that, all that other stuff. Again, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. We
Sincerely-
love the site. Thanks for hanging with us.
Oh man, anytime.
We're gonna. Oh, you can't really see it anymore.
Oh, solid view.
Look at this beautiful view of the theater.
Love You to Death is the new record. It is out. Go and listen to it many, many times. Dance to it, sing along to it, cry to it, laugh to it, do whatever you'd like. And
Whatever you want.
how much longer are you guys on the road for now?
We're up till the middle of November, and then a lot of international stuff next year. Just announced some Australian dates, and gonna announce some more stuff in that region in the next few days. Europe, South America, the UK, and then back to North America all next summer, doing all the big festivals. So lots of announcements coming soon. So follow us on social media, and you can find out what we're up to.
And on that note, we say farewell.
Bye,
Thank you, guys.
everyone.
All right.